bum, 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 bum. Here we are. It is a new dawn. It's a new Monday. It is now the Martin Fowler Scrum. We have renamed.
Yes, and who the fuck is Martin Fowler?
Well, Martin Fowler is one of the original signatories of the Agile Manifesto and author of the book Refactoring.
I've never been big on names.
No. Well, I think there's a. It's funny. I mean, I was like, we have this issue of before that by having different names of different continents, we potentially exclude people who are in the US. May feel that, hey, I'm up all night, but hey, these European, African, Asian people don't want me in there. So anyway, I mean, I think we've gone for a long
poor
time.
Americans.
Well, it's not just it's not just we're not the US. This is like the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I got
the Canadians. Anyway. Yeah, but so I don't know. We'll see if people respond to it. I mean, I think Martin Fowler and Ken Beck, and there's some people who are real kind of visionaries in the Agile space. So and I also kind of want to draw attention to. I really want to get people reading the books that particularly Martin Fowler and Ken Beck have written. Anyway, it's an experiment. We'll see. But so yeah, and I've also kind of come away and like stand up. We're not standing up. It's kind of a scrum. I have this I kind of scrum like if it's just like a rugby scrum. It's a team thing. Here we are. We're together. We're getting it done. It's great. The kind of the rest of the scrum thing, whether that whole scrum is even bigger. But I'm pushing myself away. I'm going to push myself away from stand up and back towards scrum. I think that's where.
But didn't we just change that like a month ago from scrum to stand up?
Basically, I've been moving over the last 6 months because we were actually doing physical stand-ups at Makers Academy. I was kind of like starting to call these things, and I just was renaming them stand-ups because the word scrum was like sitting strangely with me. But I've been considering, shall we kind of like try and make a wholesale change across Website 1 to consolidate on stand-up? And as I reflect on it, I'm like, it doesn't make sense because we're not standing up, right? It's like it doesn't say what it does on the tin. And actually, the word scrum, if you take it from a rugby scrum, and it's presented in the CS 169 course, I think I've kind of felt like for the effort that it would take to move over to the word stand up, which is not really a good reflection of what we're doing. Anyway,
I just stood up,
Which is and of course everybody's welcome to stand up or sit down or do what they need to do. So, okay, there's me going off on the mouth again as usual.
Didn't you have your coffee yet, or?
No, I didn't. I'll only have decaf, but it's just
oh really?
That I need. Yeah, in the morning I only have decaf. Okay. All right. So.
And now Thomas is standing.
What have I been doing on Friday? The main thing was we had the Spock meeting, and that's Rose and Richard and Janet and all the different Spockers who are around the world using the 169 course. And that's effectively the automated client meeting, and we got them sorted out and coordinating with Amanda about the new release of the textbook, which is the version 1.2.1, which should be in Amazon very soon. So that's basically under control. That was the main thing. And then right now, I'm just reviewing local support website 1 pull requests, and should get myself set up for the day. Nothing crazy blocking me, I think, and. I need to have a chat with Thomas about strategy, and need to it's basically the focus for this week needs to be AB 102. I need to AB 102 is actually to go live next Monday, so it's going to have to be AB 102 in the house this week and get some stuff done. All right, Raoul, how are things going with you?
Pretty cool. This weekend I just managed to check out Brian's pull request where he was upgrading the Ruby version and all. Mm-hmm. So that seemed to be passing fairly consistently. I had like two failures only. I think I ran like 10 times the test, and only 2 of them failed. And I made a comment on the pull request itself.
I saw, yeah.
Yeah, so like. I don't know what you think about it, but I was actually tempted to kind of like scrap my version of the upgrade and maybe start off from that, from what you did, because that seems to be fairly stable compared to what I had.
I think it's definitely a move in the right direction. I think his approach of upgrading Ruby and not yet Rails is the way to go. So I think we could potentially merge that in. I think it would also mean the clean room stuff that Michael and I have started on will need to be merged in with that, and that makes a little bit of work for us. But I think, it's clear. It seems pretty solid to be on the latest version of Ruby, and if he's done that work and we can get that out of the way and get it merged in quickly, avoiding exactly the thing we're talking about before the Scrum, is we want to avoid it hanging around for a long time and get going out of date. So yeah, maybe at the end we'll just double check on and merge that in. Yeah.
So other than that, I've been looking at Ansible for automated deployment script and provisioning servers. So that's been going quite cool. I'm enjoying it so far, and I need to make a demo for Mr. Thomas tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So I'm playing with that, and also server spec, which is a library that allows you to write RSpec for your server config as well. So you can sort of like TDD your server configuration as well. So
excellent.
Yeah, I've been exploring that this weekend. Yeah.
Nice one. Good stuff, Raul. Thomas, how are things with you?
I'm okay, thank you. And so this week, I've been working with writing some course materials for Craft Academy and using Chart.js to display data on an Ionic app. So it's pretty cool. I got that working, and I'm doing an overhaul of the first 2 weeks of Craft Academy challenges, and I could potentially use some help from you. But let's talk about it in a different context. Sure. Apart from that, I am looking at a nice little library from Thoughtbot called Clearance, which is like a device alternative, a little simpler, different, So because device feels a little heavy sometimes.
It's got a lot of features, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just checking out some stuff for the students to get something easier implemented before the. But I don't know if we want. But anyway, what I want to do is at sometimes, even if we end up using device, I just want to show them some alternatives. Basically, that is working. But at one point we actually do our own authentication with bcrypt. And then after that, we want to, because that's the philosophy for us. Is like we make them do stuff, get their hands dirty, and then we show them how stuff could be automated, or how they can use some libraries, etc.
Sure.
But so that's it. And we started to use HubSpot. I told you about HubSpot for Agile Ventures, perhaps. So we use that for Craft Academy now, and I made some integrations between HubSpot and Slack for Craft Academy, and so. The different things that could prove useful for us, but I'm just at the very beginning of exploring those paths, and I'm still not convinced that whether HubSpot is a good thing for Agile Ventures or not. But I'll let you know when I try to.
Well, maybe you can show me some demos at some point of how it's helping Craft Academy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah. So I'm just looking forward that at some point this week to get together with you so we can, talk a little more about strategy stuff, and perhaps make some decisions and push it out and to try stuff out, basically.
Sure. Yeah.
That's it. No blockers.
Great.
Yeah. On Project Unify, I just made some small updates. I've been discussing with Kai. We identified some small bugs, and we're working on it, basically.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, that's our Scrum or stand up or whatever we call it. But yeah, so Thomas, what's your schedule today? Are you free right now to do stuff, or in an hour?
So I need to hook up with Mazen because he needed some help on some stuff. But I can reach out to you. If what's your schedule?
I was hoping to do something today. I mean, for me, the day is flexible. There's a lot to get done, but why don't you let me know when you're free today, and we'll see if we can fit in. I mean, generally, the earlier the better, because Michael comes online, and then I'm in a position to do pairing with him as the day goes on. But
let me just work with Mazen for a little bit, and then I hook up with you. I need a coffee. I haven't had my coffee yet.
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah. So go on, Raul.
What time is the next stand-up then?
I haven't changed the time of the next stand-up yet. I mean that could also be moved earlier. But I mean with the new Ken Beck stand-up, which is basically I've got it as a hangout on Monday, but I've got it like as a text on Tuesday through Friday, in order to maximize pairing time. But
Yeah. The reason I was asking is I was wondering if you could have time. Maybe we can coordinate and like take a look at those pull requests and see how we can merge them. Because you've been working on your side, and I'm afraid maybe there might be
Yeah.
some like
Well, I
merge
mean, if you're
conflict.
free, we could have a look now, or we could.
I would prefer in the
Okay.
afternoon if you have time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that would be absolutely fine. And you could easily. Yeah. So the current time that it's looking like it's going to be. Let's have a look at the page. It would be in 7 hours from now.
Okay.
Would that? I mean, and it can be moved. Let me know if you need it to be moved earlier. Let's move it earlier. But otherwise, we'll hook up in the afternoon. Does that sound?
Okay. Anyway,
all right?
I'll text you when I'm back from classes, and
Yeah.
I'll let you know what time I can.
Fantastic. Okay, that sounds like we are coordinated. That was the Scrum. I'll catch you guys later on. All right,
Yes, you
cool.
do. I'll reach out later. All right, cheers.
Cheers.